Welcome to Bed Crime Stories podcast. I'm your host, T. If you like all things true crime, if you like it delivered in a peaceful, tranquil manner, if you like it clear and concise without drama, then I highly recommend you subscribe. And if you like what you hear, please smash the like button. It's a free way you can help. And now, without further ado, let's dig in. Well, hello there. T here. I'm going to go over the second new interview done by the Kissimmee Police Department with Jenn Soto. I purchased this audio from Plunder. Plunder obtained it along with Gray Hughes and the docket. They pooled their money and they paid thousands for this audio. Now at this point, they have all three gone ahead and made videos about it. They've done their lives, so I'm late to the game, but it's because I was respecting their rights to the... And by the way, I did tell Plunder that next time if she wants to do something like this, I would be happy to also contribute. But I'm not just gonna play you the video, I'm gonna share my thoughts about it. I've also cut out some pauses that I don't think are important, and I'm going to try to point out where Jenn's story maybe has changed. Now, this interview takes place on March 1st. Note that Stephan Sterns was arrested on February 28th, 2 days after Madeline was reported missing, and that was also before her body was found. He was initially arrested because of the images on his cell phone showing him SAing Maddie, allegedly. He has yet to be convicted in a court of law. Now, March 1st was also the day that Madeline's body was found in rural Osceola County after a multi-county search by multiple law enforcement agencies that lasted several days. On March 1st, her body was found in a wooded area in a town called St. Cloud, 22 miles away from her home in Kissimmee, Florida. Today's interview took place on March 1st before Madeline's body was found, and so Jenn doesn't know 100% that Madeline is deceased. You'd think that if it was found, they would tell her that right now. All they're saying is that they're going to have a press conference.
I know you guys left me a paper with a list of stuff you guys have taken, but I can barely read it. Electronics that were taken from the house. Will that be eventually returned once it's all looked at? Like, you guys keep it forever? How does this work?
Eventually it'll be returned, yes.
Okay.
How long that takes, I don't know. Depends on how long, how much stuff's on there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
All right. Like I said, I just have a few more follow-up things to ask about our conversation last night. So we're going to take you to the Orange County Sheriff's Office to pick up your car because they said they're done processing it. They have your key up there. So I don't know if you brought a spare key with you or not, but
I don't know. That the key that actually, just kidding, I might have my actual original key, but the key that you guys have up there is my spare key.
Oh, okay. So they have it up. And regardless, we have a key for you in case you don't have one. Your dad mentioned something to the effect that your sister saw that there's going to be some kind of press conference today?
Yes.
Okay. Just to let you know, we touched about it briefly last night that we are taking over the investigation.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when you say we, you mean homicide?
The Kissimmee Police Department.
Oh, okay.
So, but to answer your question, yes, we are now working this as a homicide.
Yeah.
Okay, because we have strong beliefs that Maddie is deceased. So I don't want you to be caught off guard when that's being talked about later, okay?
Am I gonna be there at the press conference? Am I gonna hear it?
I don't know if it's gonna be something that the family's invited to. Those decisions are way above my pay grade. It's just I don't think they would want you there for that just because. But I may be wrong. To answer your question honestly, I do not know.
I've been avoiding the internet because my family's telling me that stuff has been leaked or reports from you guys on the New York Post or something. They're all traumatized from reading it. They're all telling me don't. hear anything.
Well, the only report that is been released is the stuff that we've already been discussed about, that he was having a relationship with your daughter.
I believe that what got out were the charges against Stephan Sterns for all the SAing photos and videos found on his cell phone.
I don't want to hear anything.
Well, the only report that is been released is the stuff that we've already been discussed about, that he was having a relationship with your daughter.
But somebody said that was like a redacted report or something with graphic details in it.
Yeah, I don't know what's been redacted and what hasn't. So let me ask you this. Where all have you looked for Maddie?
I haven't looked anywhere. I've stayed while we were at home, while we were allowed to be at home. I stayed at home just in case she would come back. Somebody to be home while she was back.
Okay.
And for now, since I haven't been able to go back home, I've been at my sister's house just hiding out. I don't want to be seen in public. I don't want anyone. I already had my own security gate. Like when I drove in there, they recognized me by my name, and when I told them my name and just the response, I wasn't prepared for just everyone to recognize me and know what's happening.
Already Jenn Soto is feeling judged, it would seem, and that people are perhaps treating her differently. People would know that her on-again, off-again boyfriend, Stephan Sterns, has just been charged with a ton of crimes dealing with the SAing of her daughter, Madeline.
Back to your question, I haven't gone out looking for her because I don't know where to search, and the only place I thought of where to search would be.
So what do you think the detectives are thinking? She hasn't been out searching for Madeline herself. She's been allowing everybody else to do that for her, her family, the police. It's a lot like Katie Proudfoot and Chris Proudfoot, who don't seem to be out searching for Sebastian. It's hard not to judge a mother who doesn't go out and search, but then on the other hand, there's a lot of places to look, and she really doesn't know where to go, supposedly.
I don't know where this information came from, and I don't know if it's true or not, but you would be the only person to answer this. Does Maddie have any siblings?
Maddie has a half sibling. No, just kidding. She's got a step sibling. I was married once upon a time, and we raised our girls together for about 4 years. That's who she would consider her sister.
Okay. Do you know what is Dad's name?
Stephen Young.
Steven?
Yeah.
Where does he live?
In Colorado, but they actually flew in.
And what's
The phone number is redacted. We don't hear it. Guys, I'm going to cut out some of the long pauses between questions and answers if I think that the pause isn't necessary for you to hear.
I think she'll be turning 15 this year, but I will warn you.
So Jenn says, but I will warn you, and then the audio is redacted, so we don't get to hear what she's warning them about when it comes to Maddie's 15-year-old stepsister. Now in this next part, you're going to hear a lot of paper shuffling, which of course makes it hard to hear exactly what Jenn is saying, and also she speaks very quietly.
Okay.
Audio redacted, we don't know what she's saying.
And that's Steven's number. Okay. When were you guys together?
Yesterday?
No, I'm talking about relationship-wise.
Oh. So from 2013 to 2017, we got married in 2015.
And did you guys live in Kissimmee at the time?
We lived in that Kissimmee house for a while. And then for a while we lived separated, where I lived in Kissimmee and he lived in a house in downtown Orlando, and we were just seeing each other back and forth.
Gotcha. Okay. This may be a dumb question, I'm gonna answer it anyways. Yes.
Yeah.
Where? Like, where would they be?
Where would they have hung out?
Yeah.
I I'm going to say at Stephen's house, when he lived in Williamsburg by SeaWorld.
Okay.
I remember one instance where we all went trick-or-treating together.
Out with your ex-husband, and if so, where?
But I'm not sure how many times we all hung out as a group. I know he knows him and they've met each other and all that stuff, but I can't recall how many times we've hung out, but we have hung out.
And you said Williamsburg is where? Near where?
SeaWorld.
Oh, okay. How did them two meet? Or how did them two know each other? Stephen and Stephen.
I introduced them.
Okay.
I thought that they would get along well because they both like nerdy games, nerdy board games. And just kidding, yeah, so they would hang out even on their own for a while because they were playing board games. Yeah.
You wouldn't happen to know Stephen's birthday, do you? You said he lives in Colorado now?
Yeah.
Is Stephen married?
Yes.
Is his wife with him here with?
Yes.
Oh, I gotcha.
When did they move out there?
A year or two ago, not sure exactly how long.
Any idea if Stephen and Stephan has still been communicating?
In the last few days, yes.
I don't think it's in the last few days because he's been in jail.
No, sorry. Before he got arrested.
How do you know that?
Because we were all contacting each other.
How would you contact each other?
I was texting Stephen Young and making phone calls with Stephen Young. But this is
Would you happen to have those messages on your phone?
yes.
Can I see?
Yes. The discussions we were having were like trying to get Stephan a lawyer. Because this is when I thought he was still innocent.
So Jenn's ex-husband is named Stephen Young, not to be confused with her on-again, off-again boyfriend, Stephan Sterns. And apparently Jenn contacted Stephen Young to try to help get Stephan Sterns a lawyer. And she clarifies it by saying, but that was before I knew he was guilty.
What is tell me about the Williamsburg. Is it like a neighborhood? Is it apartments? Condos?
House, like that, yeah. But they're like older homes. They're like 2-bedroom homes where the bedrooms are like, well, the house is, I don't even know how to describe this house, right? Ranch houses?
Long, real long?
Yeah.
Yeah, ranch style. Did Stephen and his wife live in that at that time?
Yes.
Yes. They owned it or rented it?
They rented.
They rented.
Job here. Something that he liked, but he ended up, I think, getting an apprenticeship in Colorado with plumbing. Doing that now.
How did Stephen know all this was going on?
I
Told him that Maddie was missing.
yeah.
Detective asked Jenn, how did Stephen Young know all this was going on? And Jenn says that she contacted him and told him.
Shock.
Yeah.
Everyone's response is shock and disbelief and worry. And he was another father figure to her for a few years. He's really worried.
So Detective Morris asked it earlier, but I'm kind of curious. Why didn't you go search for her? I know you said that you didn't typically know where to look, but was there any other reasons why you didn't want to go search?
I wanted to be home to make sure somebody would be home when she came home. I didn't want the house to be alone. And in the last few days, I just feel like, I don't know, the media have been like bombarding us, and since like more news has come to light, it's just, I've been feeling overwhelmed.
But why didn't you go out and search? And she says she wanted to stay home in case Maddie returned. She didn't want Maddie to find an empty house without her. And then she also says that she felt bombarded by the media as the story got out. And let's be real, sometimes the parents are told to stay put, don't search, we're going to send authorities out, we're doing grid searches, things like that. Now, don't harp on me and come for me saying that I am trying to protect Jenn Soto. I'm not. I'm just trying to be fair. It ain't easy.
Mental health. I just have to stay home and...
Is it rain?
Yes, right.
Yeah.
I tried to go out a little bit yesterday to like keep my mind off of things. Just to buy like... I don't have a toothbrush. I don't have anything. But the moment we were out in public, I felt so exposed and like I shouldn't be out. I shouldn't be doing any of this. I grabbed what I needed quickly and we left. But I don't want to be out in public right now.
Did you feel like people were watching you?
Not people were watching me, but I just didn't like the night before that. The security guard's reaction to me telling her my name and who I was, that I was coming into my apartment. That overloaded me so much, seeing someone it's just weird. It's just very heavy to handle other people's emotions when you're dealing with your own. Like, you have to like comfort everyone. When all I want is to be comforted. It's really heavy when the entire family and everyone's freaking down around it.
You know, the cops maybe needed a little training on their own recordings of interrogations and interviews, because if we can't hear it, then they can't hear the dialogue either. Jenn is saying that she didn't like the reaction she saw in the security guard's face when she gave him her name at her complex. She went on to explain that she finds it uncomfortable trying to comfort other people who look upset when she's dealing with her own emotions, and she said she just doesn't like it and she doesn't want to be out in public. But I wonder if that's really why she's upset, or is she more upset feeling judged? Maybe she's feeling some shame at this point because she knows she messed up in allowing Stephan Sterns to be near her daughter and to sleep in the same bed. That's going to be a hard sell to the public. People are not going to understand why you allowed your 13-year-old to sleep in the same bed with your on-again, off-again 37-year-old, now 38-year-old boyfriend. And of course, Jenn has admitted that she sent Stephan and Maddie upstairs to bedroom number 4 on Sunday night because she wanted to get a good night's rest. She said something like, "I'm trying to preserve my mental health."
I'm just worried. In the past, I've been hospitalized for my mental health issues. And I'm just afraid like that this is gonna make me spiral again. So I'm just trying to stay sane.
Trying to keep it together.
Yeah. I don't want to end up back in the hospital again.
She said in the past she's been hospitalized for her mental health and she doesn't want to spiral and go back there. That's understandable. I'm sure anyone who's suffered mental health issues can understand that.
I'm stable again.
Well, you got some of your family here, so
Yeah.
that's some support.
For sure. Everyone's being so helpful. I didn't realize this. I knew I had family and I knew we had community, but I didn't realize it was as big as this was until everything has happened, and I see how everyone is supporting and loving and helping us with, flyers or searching. Everyone keeps wanting to create like a search group so that we all go searching for her, but I don't want anyone to get in the way of you guys, because I know you guys keep searching different parks, different forests. I don't even know if those are the right places to look anymore. From what you guys have told me and from apparently him driving all around town, for the longest time I thought she could be somewhere close to the school, like if something happened on the way to school, but from what you guys are telling me, it's not.
So she's saying, I don't even know where to search and I don't want to get in your way. And for the longest time, I thought she would be somewhere near the school where he said he dropped her off. But from what you guys are telling me, she could be anywhere.
Everyone's ultimate goal is to bring Maddie home. That's all we want.
The detective tells Jenn everybody just wants Maddie home. That's all we want. And she replies, yeah.
About it last night. But I didn't catch it for whatever reason. What was the medication specifically that you guys would use to help sleep?
For who?
For you.
For me? It's my medication called, the brand name is called Geodon.
Geodon?
Yeah, it's, but the bottle says Ziprazidone. I can't say it right. Ziprazidone.
Ziprazidone?
Yeah, that's a bipolar medication. It kicks in at night with the food, and then probably takes about an hour, 30 minutes, an hour to work, and then I'm asleep.
Okay. Mark, can you write that down just so I don't forget it?
What was it again?
Can you tell me what the medication was?
The brand name is Geodon.
Geodon, okay.
Geodon, and then it was... What was the... It started with a Z?
The generic name is, what would say on my medication bottles is Ziprazidone.
Ziprazidone, yeah.
Ziprazidone.
And then what was the medication that Maddie would take?
Hydroxyzine.
Okay. And that was used for what purpose? To help her sleep?
To help her sleep or for anxiety. But that's like, I think that's like a version of Benadryl that we would give her. At least that's how her doctor described it. It's like giving her Benadryl that night.
Okay.
Do you know my family's behind you? Have they been following you?
I know they're coming up here. I don't know if they were following me specifically, but they have the address. I gave them the address. So you're going to have someone drive your car back to Kissimmee?
I think I've only, I was going to say I've driven twice since all of this has happened, and one of the times was scary because I was ugly crying and I couldn't stop. I was sobbing, and driving like that is not safe at all. I just don't want that to happen again.
So it's hard to hear exactly what Jenn and the detective are saying. The conversation is about her vehicle. She's asking about when she can get it back. She's also saying that she's only driven it like twice since all of this has been going on. And she said she was ugly crying while she was driving, and that's dangerous, and she knows she shouldn't be doing that. And the detective says, so you're going to have somebody drive it back to Kissimmee? And Jenn Soto says yes.
Stephan reached out to you.
Stephan?
Stephan?
No. I don't know. I haven't seen him or talked to him since you guys took us down to get separated. I haven't heard anything.
Jenn was asked there, has Stephan reached out to you? And she said, no, we got separated when you took us down to, and I think maybe she means the sheriff's office. And of course, by now, Stephan is in jail.
Do you think he'll reach out to you?
I don't think so. He'd be really stupid if he did.
He knows your number, though, probably by heart.
The detective then asks, do you think he'll reach out to you? She says, I don't think so. It would be really effing stupid if he did. The cop says he knows your number probably by heart. And she replies, actually, I'm not sure. Yeah, these days with cell phones, it's easy not to know other people's numbers by heart.
If you were to call, what would it say? Orange County Jail? Because I'm not going to pick that up.
It would either say Orange County or Osceola County Corrections, something to that effect.
Yeah.
The detective says it will either say Orange County or Osceola County Corrections or something to that effect.
Wouldn't answer it.
The cop says, would you answer it? And she says, no.
I'm pretty much not picking up phone calls from my phone anyway, because it's either reporters or I've had a lot of scam calls, people screaming in the background going, help me, and hanging up. But that's not Maddie's voice.
So she says she's pretty much not picking up phone calls from her phone because it's either the media or people, nasty people, calling her and saying, help me, but it's not Maddie's voice. The cruelty of people is just unbelievable.
I did remember something from our conversation last night, if I could mention it to you guys.
Jenn goes on to tell the detectives that Stephan Sterns has always been into butts, let's just put it that way. The derriere, she has not agreed to do anything like that with him, but that is his thing. Again, Jenn says no, she never did that with him, and then he says, did Stephan ever tell you that he did that with anybody else? She replies, not that I can recall. I think they want to know if she knows that he might have done that to Maddie.
You asked me in the interview room about his triggers. I think triggers was like the used because I couldn't think of triggers, but he does have a temper. He's very irritable and very negative about the world and things. Driving would piss him off. Like, depending on how people were driving around him, he'd get really irritable with that. Me nagging him would make him really irritable. Like, if I asked him to clean the house or help me with something. But, would he lash out and explode with me? No. But I believe he's done that with his parents.
Has he ever done it with Maddie?
Lashed out in front of us like that?
Or to her?
To her? No, I don't think so, no.
Has he ever got irritated or angry with her?
I would say yes, but like typical parenting stuff, like if she didn't clean her room when she was supposed to, like, you know, coming down on her for something like that. Was it like anger out of the blue or anger, like random anger? No. It was always like Maddie wasn't doing what she was supposed to be doing kind of thing, so we come down on her.
How dare Stephan Sterns come down on Maddie for not cleaning her room when he would give Jenn a hard time if she asked him to help? And we know that his parents have said that his bedroom at their house was a pigsty. What a freaking hypocrite. A Peter Pan little boy pretending to be a parent.
When you say come down on her, obviously, do you mean discipline?
Yell at her. Yeah, we would never hit her. We were never physical with her.
Okay.
We would just be like, you're supposed to be doing this, you're not doing this, what's going on? Are you spacing out? Are you being lazy? Get on it.
So Jenn says they would only yell at Maddie, they would never use their hands on her, but we know that Stephan Sterns was using mental tricks to manipulate Maddie, because when she was a little girl and he was beginning to groom her, he threatened to take the cell phone that she was playing with away.
What electronics were you referring to when you first asked this?
Oh.
About the ones?
My Apple laptop.
Apple one?
Yeah. Oh, actually, there's an Apple laptop, but what I really wanted was, there was a black, old laptop in my closet that has all of Maddie's baby pictures from when she was born.
So the cop asks her, you asked us about electronic devices. Which ones were you asking about? She says, a black laptop in my closet that contains all of Maddie's baby photos.
Can you guys tell me, like, I read a few comments last night about you guys possibly searching around Lakefront Park or in Kissimmee, or where are you guys searching in Kissimmee other than St. Cloud and...
We're searching everywhere.
Everywhere?
Jenn is asking, can you guys tell me where you're searching?
Facebook moms group. Facebook Kissimmee moms. Like, we hear helicopters at Kissimmee Lakefront. Do you think they're looking for Madeline Soto? So I just wondered, I'm like, is that for her?
They're everywhere. They're non-stop searching for her.
So that's the end of the interview that took place with Jenn Soto on March 1st before Madeline's body was found and retrieved. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Smash that like button, and I'll see you next time on Bed Crime Stories.